TremorGames.com, where you can get free games. Now, the big question, of course, right off the start is, can you actually get free games? The answer, yes. It's that simple. Now, of course, it does require a little bit of effort on your part, but you will not be paying a cent. And to start off with, we'll show you that I personally have redeemed over $400 worth of items. Now, don't bother putting any of these codes in. I've already redeemed them. Now, I've done this since the end of May 30th, and that means $400 in less than a month. So, back to the Tremor Games main page. As you can see, we have games off the start here. Now, these are fun, they're diversionary. They're not going to be your main source of coins, which are the Tremor Games currency, of course. Instead, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to click Get Coins. This will bring up the offers tabs. Now, these up top are all the various companies that make these offers, surveys, videos, etc. Videos and V11 videos are primarily going to be for people in the US. People outside the US may find occasional videos under them, but not as many as people in the US, unfortunately. Now, the first thing you're going to want to do is, of course, if you happen to be running no script or some sort of script blocker, as well as an ad blocker, you're unfortunately going to need to turn those off. They will interfere with any of this stuff and may cause you to not get rewarded. So make sure you do have your antivirus up. Now, I say that because you want to be careful. I've never gotten any malicious stuff out of this because I'm careful, and I'm of course going to go over with you all the various details within these sub-article things. Now, at the top, of course, most of these are, aside of the videos, most of these are more or less the same. I've never used pay-per-call or AdGate. They don't sound like they would be safe, so I just avoid them. I mainly stick to Supersonic, Persona, Super Rewards, maybe some of the rest of these. Tend to avoid these though, yeah. I don't know, maybe somebody will prove me wrong, but they do not sound safe, so I just don't bother. You don't take anything that doesn't sound safe. Now, when you click one of them, it's going to come up with, of course, your offers. Each site's going to look different. Persona, Super Rewards, they're all going to look different, but they're all going to be relatively the same at the same time, with free offers, paid offers, surveys, videos. Now, going back to Supersonic, we start by looking at, of course, the very top one here is a prime example of where you want to be careful. 4,855 Tremor coins sounds like a lot, and there's a reason for that. It's because it requires you to pay money. Now, this one specifically requires you to purchase a $3 worth of lottery tickets. Now, if you like the lottery and you want to buy $3 worth of lottery tickets in order to get 5,000 Tremor coins, by all means, go ahead. I, on the other hand, tend to avoid that kind of stuff. So, I'm not going to even bother looking at that. In fact, I'm just going to go ahead and switch to the free tab. Now, in the free tab, we're more likely to find offers that don't involve money, but you still want to read them. The first one here is just a video. Videos are easy Tremor coins. They don't give much. This one's only 7, but you just click them, you open them, you let them run. You don't even have to watch them. Throw them in a different tab. I don't care. You just let them run, and they'll give you your coins when you're done. This is a trial. Now, the trials you have to be careful on. They don't require money up front, but a lot of them require you to complete your subscription with valid credit card details. Now, that means that while you're not getting charged up front, the instant the trial ends, it will be in the details on the site. The instant the trial ends, it will instantly subscribe you and charge you. Now, the offer itself is safe. You can do it and cancel at the very last day of the trial. but that's something you really want to be careful with. And sometimes you'll see Tremor coins will be revoked if you cancel the subscription. So this one actually isn't free at all. It requires the subscription and will take your Tremor coins away. So again, read the fine print. This one again requires a credit card and will be revoked. This one is simple. It's just a game. In fact, it's really easy to do these ones. It's 500 coins for a couple minutes worth of work. All you have to do is reach 5 battles on this one specifically. More games down here. These are apps. We'll get to those in a minute. Here we have a survey. Surveys are touch and go. What'll happen is you'll get into the middle of the survey, and it'll give you a question, and then suddenly pop up with, "Sorry, you're not eligible." It happens, unfortunately, usually because you're not what they're looking for, but you still can complete quite a few surveys without that happening. And they do pay pretty good coins, as this one shows, 655. Sometimes if they fail, you'll be able to click it again and it'll give you a different survey. It doesn't necessarily always link to the same survey. Usually they link to a survey site generator that gives you a random survey from their database. And specifically people in college level, as this one says, 18 to 29, these are the primary age demographic for these surveys. People outside that age range, you'll get a lot more a lot of surveys too, but people in that age range, they will get the most surveys. It's unfortunate for us old people. More games, more trials. This one here, as you can see, complete your valid registration and credit card details. No cancellation or no forfeiture of your coins if you cancel. This is the type of one I was talking about where you can cancel it after you've registered and you won't get charged as long as you cancel it. But you still will get your coins. And that's pretty much all there is to these survey sites. Be careful, read your details, of course. Make sure you avoid things that require, well, don't necessarily avoid things that require a credit card. You want to read them and be careful with them. Avoid things that will revoke your Tremor coins if you cancel the subscription, unless you specifically want that subscription. And of course, we'll get into the mobile apps now. As you can see, Android, iPad, iPhone, all of these are up for download on the Google Play Store or the iTunes Store in the case of iPhones and iPads. I've already done most of the big number ones, so you won't see many, except for this one at the very top. As you can see, 1,359 coins. You know it's that much, it's going to require money. And as you can see, make a minimum purchase of $1.99. Now, if you like the game and you want to support the game, it's an easy couple coins for buying $2 worth of in-game credit, whatever the game is. There's a couple of those. There's another one down here. This one requires a $5 in-game purchase. Again, if you like the game, it's an easy way to get coins if you also want to put money on the game. Then there's also these other ones. These are the big main ones. As I said, I've already done the big ones. They'll range from like 300 to 500 coins. And they're just easy. Download, install, open, delete. You don't even need to sit there playing them. You just have to open them, and then you can close them again. And as I said, there's not many here. More for the iPhone. Here's an example, 243, just to install, open, delete, 243. In fact, I should probably do these sometime. Now, what happens if you did not get your coins? Because that will happen. Sometimes you'll complete an offer and you'll be waiting and the coins will never show up. Almost all of these have a support tab that you can open. In the case of Supersonic, it's right here at the top. Now, this brings up my list of offers that I've done. Right at the top here, as you can see, I've done an offer that is still pending. That means that for some reason it hasn't been declared as done yet. Now, they may stay pending for a certain amount of time. This one's supposed to be on a 15-minute delay. It's been way more than 15 minutes, so I don't think that's gone through properly. 7 coins, I don't care, but let's pretend it was 700 coins. I want that 700 coins, so I'm going to click Missing Tremor Coins. It's going to bring up the FAQ. I'm going to read through it. I know I did everything right, so I'm going to submit a support ticket. And all I'm going to do is fill in my email. I'm going to fill in the comments that I did the offer. I did it properly. It was my first time doing it, because you cannot do these offers between different companies. If you downloaded an app for Supersonic, then you cannot download that app for Super Rewards, with one exception, and that is emulators. Now, if you don't have an Android device, you know what? I'll get to that in a second. Let me finish off the support here. Of course, I'm going to fill in the comments that I did it properly, and I'm going to upload a proof that I did it in a picture form, and I'm going to submit that. And almost always, if you did the offer properly, they will give you your reward. You may need to get their support to do a little dancing for you, but they'll probably give you it. There's the exception is that if you didn't properly do it, they can check on that. They can tell if you didn't properly do it, so don't try and cheat it. Now, going back to our mobile apps, Android emulator. I highly recommend that, especially if you don't have an Android device, you just download an Android emulator. This will let you complete the offers without messing up your phone or tablet, for that matter. And of course, it's easy to just wipe everything. And the reason why you can't do these app things between different offer companies is typically because your app data is saved to your device. Now, with a emulator, you simply can just uninstall the emulator, which wipes the entire thing, and you can make a new Google Play account on a new install of the emulator, and you can go through the rewards again on a different site or from a different company. Additionally to the emulator, I highly recommend that you make yourself a second email address. Simply take your name and throw survey on the end of it or something. But get yourself a second email address. A lot of these will require you to fill in an email, and you do not want all that spam that's going to come. So just get yourself a second email address. Now, in addition to these, there's also this one here called Tasks. Now, this works a little differently. This site, run by Crowdflower, brings up tasks, which are really easy, quick, and unlike surveys, they will never, in the middle of them, kick you out of them. Once you've opened it, you can complete it. Now, you've got, to start with, you can see requirements here. Some of these have level 1, 3, 2 little icons on them. We'll get to that in a second. You start out without a level, which means you can only do ones right here which don't have a requirement. There's not as many of these, so you do want to level up. And this one specifically, provide constructive feedback on a website's design and content. Extremely easy. They just ask you to open a website. In fact, I will go ahead and bring this open. Here's the instructions. I'm not going to bother going through it. I'm just going to click to start the job. I mean, in Google, I'm going to Google a couple of terms, bring up a website, tell them where I found it, tell them how much I like it, and that's it. That's all there was to it. And for that, I would have got 100 Tremor coins. Now, some of these contain test questions. Test questions start always with a quiz mode. And I have no idea what this one's saying, but again, you'll start with the instructions, read through them, assuming that you can understand the language. Italian, apparently. And it'll give you a bunch of fake questions regarding the survey. Typically, they will be literally what you're doing in the survey, which in this case was reading this stuff and filling out details based on this stuff. And of course, the quiz mode, these ones always have correct answers. Now, you want to get those answers right. And after you've completed and submitted, it will bring you to, I'm not even going to bother with that. It'll bring you to a page where if you got any of those quiz questions wrong, it will tell you why, and it will give you a chance to contest them. And there's a lot of times you will come across a test question that you got wrong for some stupid reason, and you will want to contest it. And I will get why in a second here. When you are leveling up for the requirements, level 1, 3, 2, yes, I realize that wasn't in order. What happens is it's done via test questions. And after you've done 100 test questions, you will be given a level based on your accuracy. Level 1 is a 70% accuracy. Level 2 is a 80% accuracy, and level 3 is 85% accuracy. So you want to get your test questions right. And as I said, you can contest your wrong answer. So if you get an answer wrong, don't panic. Just contest it, especially if you think it was a stupid reason. Sometimes you just plain got it wrong and you have to accept it. Now, when you unlock the levels, it opens up even more surveys. As you can see, level 2 is probably the main one to aim for. It opens up a lot. Level 3, of course, gives you some really good ones, but there's not as many. So level 2 is really what you want to aim for, at least. Level 3 is nice. And some of these test questions, a lot of the times they'll have to do with what the survey is asking you to do. Categorizing tweets. These are the test questions. There's a right answer. I'm not going to bother reading them. But this is what I would actually be doing after I'm done the test. This is what the actual survey entails. Now, a lot of them do that. Some of them, however, are just as simple as answering a math question. In fact, a lot of the ones I did were just math questions because they're extremely easy padding for your score. I unfortunately can't bring any up because I don't know any that specifically use math questions. So at the bottom of the page, remember, there are more pages. In fact, today there are 4 pages worth of jobs to do. Even more of these constructive feedback ones. They are, like I said, easy to do. One thing to watch out for when doing them, well, for Canada only, I guess. Sorry. I don't know if this applies to any other country, but when searching for Fisher investments, there's a lot of ones that don't like to show up. So we have more pages. You can see, oh, this one's worth 750. I'll be doing that later. And as you can see, this one's just open a survey. I'll go through the survey. It'll provide me a code to put in here. It'll probably be about a 10-minute survey. That's usually what they are. And I'll get 750 coins for it. And I will definitely be doing that later. And what was that? That was a level 2 one. And another 400 coins for level 2, 500 coins for level 1. So as you can see, level 1, level 2 are good to get. Level 3 is nice, but level 2 is the main thing to aim for. And additionally, at the bottom here, you can see there is a contest going. Now, I'm not on the scoreboard. No, I'm not anywhere close. I don't do this enough. That just goes to show you, I don't do this enough to get on the scoreboard or anywhere close to the scoreboard. And I've still made $400 worth of games in a month. Imagine what these people are doing. Now, the people in the top 15 here, they actually get bonus coins. I believe the top person gets 15% of what they made as bonus. See rewards for top taskers right down here. We won't bother going into that. You can look into that if you want later. And that is pretty much how you make coins. It's really easy. You just do your surveys, you do your apps, you do your tasks, and then you spend your coins. Your coins are listed up here, and of course, Tremor rewards. Now, here's the rewards page, and as you can see right off the start here, this game requires 0 coins. That means it is a completely free game. I'm going to go ahead and view that item. And I am going to, well, I would redeem this. It requires me to have earned 50 Tremor coins today. I've only earned 12. I've only just started. But that's like just one survey from a task. So I'm going to come back here in 10 minutes and I'm going to redeem that. And I will have gotten a game for free. When it says 0 Tremor coins, it means 0 Tremor coins. I will not lose anything for redeeming this. All I have to do is make sure I've made 50 coins today. So back to rewards. And as you can see, there are a large multitude of games in here. In addition to games, there's also walkthroughs. I don't know why somebody would pay for that. Gift cards, ebooks, trading cards. You can get bitcoins. So there's all sorts of stuff in the store. Like I said, gift cards, you can actually straight up buy a Steam gift card if you'd rather just spend the money on a game in the Steam store. However, if there's a game on here, it typically will be a lot less Tremor coins to buy the game on here than it is to buy the Steam gift card. In fact, a lot of these are pretty cheap comparatively. City Skylines right here. This is a game I got. It is literally running in the background right now, and I got it off here for free. That is how legit this site is. It is running in the background of this tab right now. All sorts of game, and as you can see, they do have a stock. They are in limited supply. Some games more than others. This one's only got 6 left. This game's only got 1 left. So if you want that, you better hurry. Now, games do get restocked. Usually during a bundle or during a Steam sale, they will go out and buy a brand new stock of games, as well as they've probably got some stored in the background that they can cycle in as they go. So if you miss out on one, it will show back up eventually. Don't worry. And that's pretty much all there is to the site. And in addition to that, there are giveaways. Almost forgot about the giveaways. Now, I've already entered this one. The entry fee is free. I've never seen one cost coins. It's entirely possible they'll cost coins because obviously they show the entry fee right there, but I've not seen one cost coins yet. They do require you to have earned at least a certain amount of coins, 1,000 coins in this case. And as you can see, they range from games to just straight up Tremor coins. And that is all there is to the site. Just remember, do your surveys, do your apps, do your tasks, and if you're lucky enough, watch some videos. I'm apparently not lucky enough today. So good luck and make sure you get a lot of free games.